On Thursday, an FDA advisory board recommended emergency authorization that will lead to Pfizer distributing its COVID-19 vaccine next week, 3 weeks after the company requested it. The FDA is scheduled to meet on December 17th to consider a similar request for the Moderna vaccine. Tonight, we have team coverage of the two vaccines. We're going to take you behind the scenes to see how they were successfully tested right here in our state. And we'll also explain that while both are highly effective, they are also different and will be administered in different ways. Rory Taylor explains.
The first doses of the Pfizer vaccine will arrive soon in Oklahoma. We expect the EUA to be approved as early as December 11th, which means the vaccine would be shipped and be arriving the first part of that next week, or the 13th or 14th.
Oklahoma is expecting to receive its first shipment of the Pfizer vaccine next week, a shipment that needs to be handled very carefully.
Predetermined sites have been identified around the state that will receive the initial vaccine shipments. These sites were selected based on strategic location, ability to meet storage and handling requirements of the vaccine, including the ultra-cold storage you may have heard about.
The Pfizer vaccine is the first of 2 expected vaccines to be approved and differs from the other vaccine developed by Moderna in storage and shelf life.
The Pfizer product has to be stored at ultra-low temperatures, somewhere around 100 Fahrenheit, minus 100 Fahrenheit, typically 60 to 80 negative centigrade, whereas the Moderna product is more stable at standard freezer temperatures and then can be thawed and has a longer shelf life.
The Pfizer vaccine comes in pizza box-like pallets, shipped in dry ice. One pizza box contains 975 doses of the vaccine, and once thawed, its shelf life drops to a number of hours.
That does not mean that we cannot use Pfizer to go into a facility that maybe has 200 or 300 people in it. What it means is that we have to be very, very deliberate in our planning, so that when we pull those number of doses from that stock of 975, that we know that we have a destination that we can get to and that we can fully execute implementation within like a 6-hour window.
It's expected that the Moderna vaccine will be receiving the same emergency use authorization from the FDA soon. And since it's more stable at warmer temperatures, it will be easier to distribute rurally. But officials say both are needed due to limited supply of either.
Initially, Oklahoma will receive 33,000 doses of the Pfizer vaccine, and we believe approximately 10,000 doses of the Moderna vaccine. We want to make it clear, again, that this does not mean that the general public will have access to the vaccine at that time. Those initial doses go to our phase 1 people, which are the most risk population that will be on the front lines, and included in that are groups such as healthcare workers, long-term care staff, and residents and public health staff that will be out there giving the vaccines.
A major concern in vaccine creation is how long it will give a person immunity, especially after studies showed that even recovering from COVID-19 only gives immunity for a handful of months.
So in part, the amount of immune response you make in terms of antibodies and how long they last is determined by how severe your original course was. That doesn't explain everything, but it's part of the equation. So when you look in a population and a lot of people have no symptoms, it really makes you suspicious that they will have a relatively short-lived immune response.
The goal of any vaccine is for the body to produce antibodies, little molecules that disable the virus's ability to do damage. Traditional vaccines do this with dead or weakened samples of the pathogen for the body to practice with. But these new vaccines instead take advantage of messenger ribonucleic acids, or mRNA.
What you're immunized with is a small piece of messenger RNA, and that's the part in the vaccine that tells your body what to make the antibody against. So the mRNA makes a protein using your own system, and then your body makes an antibody and immune cells against that protein.
Instead of weak or dead virus, your body is simply given blueprints to make similar proteins to those that appear on the virus without the dangerous pathogen itself ever being introduced. This teaches the body to inoculate itself and maintain its own immunity before ever fighting a real infection.
What has been looked at from the United Kingdom's press releases and their guidance to clinicians and the public is, most people are going to have some pain when it's injected. They will feel fatigue, could have headache, and some soreness and those sorts of things. But by and large, these side effects did not impair people's acts of daily living or their ability to work or carry on.
The UK reported 2 instances of allergic reactions to the vaccine. Both patients had a history of extreme allergies and carried EpiPens. But fortunately, by the time the vaccine is fully available for the public, much more will be known. Rory Taylor, The Oklahoma News Report.